All right, so following my comments from last Tuesday, I followed up with HR.Director Stephanie Holloman. I asked her, I said, is there a reason this resolution was, or the fringe benefit salary plan wasn't amended by resolution? And will we be notifying finance payroll of the errors? Next slide, please. And I got back this very, very long, you can't really see, I guess, very well, statement stating, I'll cut to the meat. It says, my understanding that, charter officers are not covered under the charter. They don't need to bring the resolution forward. And then secondly, it said there's longstanding tradition that this was a courtesy provided to the public and the city council. It wasn't an obligation. Next slide. So of course, knowing me, I went and I looked up the charter, and it says, you look at the very top, it says officers and employees in general in the charter for this section that was pointed out to me, and it says, the city council, subject to provisions of this charter, shall provide the numbers, titles, qualifications, powers, duties, and compensation of all officers and employees. Next slide. So obviously they are covered under the resolution. So I went back and I actually got Mr. Geis's contract from 2005 just to see if this was an obligation or a courtesy. And it says the Master Fringe Benefits Plan and Salary Plan must be revised to include the proposed changes. Next slide. I went all the way, it's signed by Mayor Bailey. Next slide. I went back all the way to Brad Hudson's contract. I went back 13 years. And this is Brad Hudson's contract. It lays out that this Master Salary and Fringe Benefits Plan has to be amended to include any new, above and beyond the existing plan, benefits. Next slide. And salary. Next slide. So who's in charge of this salary plan? Well, prepare and recommend to the city manager revisions and amendments to the chapter in the salary plan. That's the Human Resources Director. And maintain the plans after adoption. Next slide. And here's the salary plan from this December. And it shows Mr. Geis's new contract, having been, he's getting his new salary. And it shows the city managers, what? It's not even the new contract. This is as of January 1st. Somehow, he got a 4% raise. This is before the contract was even approved in February. Next slide. So I went to double check this and I took a look at his pay stubs. And sure enough, we've got pay stubs showing a salary as of January 1st, which has not even been approved by the council at that point in time. Well, there's an old saying, but it's wrong. There's not three kinds of lies, there's four. Lies, damn lies, statistics, and city attorney opinions. This stuff is right out of the Priamos-Hudson handbook. And I call for an investigation to the city manager, city attorney, and HR.Director. Put them on an administrative leave and determined by a special investigator who authorizes these changes to the FBSP without council approval. Thank you.
That ends public comment, followed by Rachel Sterling and Ron Williams.
Hello, Teresa